Let's bring in our political editor, Andrew Clennell. And Andrew, Tony Burke coming up shortly, but really the government's got to try and calm things down after a pretty messy week on the superannuation front.
Yes, good morning, Kieran and viewers. As Prime Minister Anthony Albanese sets to jet off to India on a trade mission this week and then to the US to announce the AUKUS nuclear submarines agreement with the US President and British Prime Minister, he's got some domestic internal headaches. The announcement that the budget would include a new tax on people who have more than $3 million in superannuation led to this gaffe on Wednesday from Treasurer Jim Chalmers, refusing to immediately rule out a future tax on the family home.
So just say, yes, that you absolutely guarantee no change ever to the capital gains tax exemption on our family home. You can just say yes, I guarantee that.
Well, I can say to your viewers that we haven't been focused on it, we haven't been working on it, it's not something that we've been contemplating.
Just say yes.
Well, I can't commit future governments to changes or otherwise. What we've done with this superannuation change, which I think people do recognise, is put it the other side of an election so that we can take it to the people.
OK, under your reign as Treasurer, you will never change the capital gains tax exemption on the family home.
Well, it's not my intention. It's not something I've been thinking about, working up, contemplating.
Just say guarantee.
Well, we don't know what the situation might look like in 10 or 15 years' time under other governments.
What a shocker. Just 20 minutes later, not having heard the Sunrise Exchange, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese instinctively and categorically ruled out any such tax in a radio interview. A couple of hours later, Jim Chalmers was doing a mea culpa.
Here's your opportunity to do the same.
Yeah, I do that. And I should have done that this morning too.
Conversation between the PM and Treasurer between the interview and that mea culpa. The mea culpa was all of Chalmers' volition. Now, it's my understanding that when the proposal to tax super accounts went to Cabinet, it was for the proposal to begin the change from 2025, which is where the government ended up. But an earlier proposal from the Treasurer had suggested the tax be introduced sooner. But the PM had agreed with the Treasurer before it hit Cabinet that it was best to leave the change until after the next election. So that kerfuffle was one headache. Then there were these comments from another former Albanese leadership rival, Tanya Plibersek, in the Good Weekend magazine yesterday, around the fact she claimed if she had not pulled out of the Labor leadership race after the 2019 election, she would have been leader of the party. Presented with backgrounding comments saying she would have lost any ballot anyway, Plibersek told the author of a new book on her, Margaret Simons, that, quote, "We'll never know, it's history, but I'm pretty confident that if I had run, I would have won." The remarks were made as Tanya Plibersek and her daughter detailed a moving account of her daughter's domestic violence ordeal. This is a bit of a mystery, though, this statement on leadership, to supporters of Anthony Albanese and power brokers I spoke to yesterday, who remember the New South Wales right and left caucus all committing to Albanese on the Saturday night and Sunday after the election, after which Ms Plibersek withdrew from the race.
She's been a friend of mine for a very long period of time. I was elected unopposed after the 2019 election. I won in 2022, and I'm very proud of the amazing team that I have.